Hey news, welcome back to Nerd News. I'm Mr. Dan Neal, and this is my Jessica Jones Season 2 review. I'm sure everyone knows Jessica Jones Season 2 just dropped on Netflix this past Thursday, but if you didn't watch it for hours and hours without blinking, I highly suggest you watch it. It's personally one of my favorite seasons on the Marvel Netflix shows, and I'm going to be talking about some spoilers here and there, so if you don't want those ruined for you, I go and come back to this, because it only takes 13 hours. You leave? Good. I'm going to start off this review by talking about the bad things first and then moving my way up to the great things. But don't get mad at me in the comments down below because my bad list is really short. First of all, I didn't really like Trish this season. I liked her in the first few episodes dealing with her past about that pervy director. No, I didn't like the part because it had a pervy director. I liked it because it showed that Trish can relive the bad parts of her life and still come out on top. It showed what a great and strong character she is, and it's really relevant nowadays. Um, but during the second half of the season, Trish was on drugs and just a mess. Now, I like to see conflict within characters, but it seemed too familiar with season one. It seemed like she was just backstepping, and it showed no character development. Also, Trish is jealous that Jessica has powers and she doesn't, and she wants to be here. Blah blah blah. I've heard it before, and I heard it last year. It's boring. No, sorry, 3 years ago. Anyway, the last thing I didn't like was Griffin. He was annoying to listen to, and I could tell from the start that him and Trish was just not gonna last long. Like, he was just gonna be that boyfriend that's perfect. They're perfect together, but ultimately they break up for a dumb reason. You know, it's kind of cheesy and it's predictable and it's annoying in these. Okay, I'm done ranting about the stuff I hated. Now let's talk about the great things about this season. Number one, a strong first episode. This is really important to me and probably a lot of people because I don't have the most time in the world to watch a 13 episode hour show, and I want to know what I'm getting into, whether or not it's going to be a Daredevil or an Iron Fist, I like to describe it. Daredevil meaning good, and Iron Fist meaning ass. And number two, I loved Hogarth. I think her character was the most compelling out of anyone this entire season, doing whatever it takes to do whatever she wants. First, she gets diagnosed with ALS, and then she goes down a path of drugs and hookers. But once she realizes what she's been doing to herself, she immediately cleans up her acts and finds a way to keep her job and survive in ALS. Then she believes she has found a healer, in quotes, with abilities that can help her with ALS. I'm not going to get into the whole thing because this is supposed to be a short video, not short, but you all know what I'm talking about. And let me just say at the end, it was pretty. Number three, it was like the X-Men. What I mean by that is the discrimination Jessica was facing during this season. Now that everyone knows she has powers, she is considered a freak. This is very similar to the X-Men. They were discriminated because they have powers as well. When Disney and Fox is merged together, when the deal is over, and when they decide to bring the X-Men to this universe, maybe this will be some great foreshadowing on how the X-Men will be treated in this universe. Speaking of foreshadowing, number four, foreshadowing was great. And I'm only talking about one part, but it was so awesome I had to bring it up. When Jessica goes to Oscar's house and he offers her some alcohol, she says that was the first drink she had as a kid. Then when she goes to investigate the killer, she finds the same beer in the house. And when we find out the killer is her mother, that blew my mind. It's from when she was a kid. That foreshadowing, that was awesome. I didn't even realize it when she had the beer. I realized it when she found the picture. I loved all the support actors in this movie as well, but I don't need to make a whole number about it. I mean, that's what Netflix gets right in this series. I mean, supporting actors. That's why I love Foggy. I love even some of the Iron Fists, you know, supporting characters. Let's not talk about Iron Fist or the Defenders at all on this channel ever again. If I had to rate this season, I would give it a 9 out of 10 for its great character development and its compelling story. But for its sometimes annoying characters, I have to give it down a little bit. I put it at number 3 on my entire MCU Netflix shows, right behind Daredevil and season 1 of Jessica Jones. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And this is Nerd News.